guys, and welcome back to my channel. Here is Allawiyah here, and if you're new, welcome back to the channel, and if you're old, welcome back as well. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe below, and you also hit that notifications button below because we need to hit that subscribers list. But anyways, today I've decided to give you guys a video all about reasons why your relationship is not working. Why is your relationship not working? Why is it why is your relationship just not working? Why is it not flourishing? Why is it not healthy? Why do you feel like your relationship is draining? Today I've come to give you guys a video about reasons why your relationship is feeling draining and it's not working. So before we get into it, you know the drill, go get yourself a cup of tea, because today I'm really going to be talking on key points as to why you feel like your relationship is draining you, it's not working, you're going at heads at it. And yeah, basically the first reason why your relationship is not working, the most simplest reason that people don't seem to understand, is the cause of the biggest reason why relationships don't work today is communication. I feel like in today's society, communication is almost at its lowest. Like, even though we have all these different platforms where we can communicate, whether it's WhatsApp, text message, social media, you know, all the different platforms, relationships seem to have issues with communicating. People seem to feel like, for example, we women tend to have a tendency of not actually communicating the issue and giving a man silent treatment, thinking that he's gonna know what exactly it is he's done, when he doesn't know what he's done. Chances are he's not aware of exactly what he's done. And because we give these men silent treatment, you're pushing them away because he's thinking, what have I done, what have I done? He has no clue what he's done. You guys are starting to become distant. Some men don't have the time to work through these things. They don't know how to communicate, they don't know how to talk on their feelings, so they just do their own thing. And because of these things, you find that most relationships decline because women tend to not like to communicate their vulnerabilities. So do men. I feel like in today's society, due to social media and due to things like, you know, Twitter, friends, things like that, people hold back from communicating, especially when it's really important. Like, you'll find that people are in serious situations, but because, oh, I don't want to look vulnerable, I don't want to look insecure, I don't want to look like I'm in my feelings, people will refuse to communicate. This leading to so many relationships declining, leading to so many, like, you know them relationships where they didn't even just end like, I don't want you, they just went silent, like, pew. This is the biggest reason why, because people are not communicating. I feel like we need to stop listening to social media, stop listening to these things, because people are opinionated, and people opinionate with trend. If it isn't about the trend, people are not going to follow it. So if you follow that trend, you are going to hold yourself back from things that can potentially push you forward and grow and nourish you and build a family that can potentially make you happy. So yeah, that is the first thing I want to talk about: communication. Another issue we have in the communicating sector is the fact that when we tend to meet people, we're not being straightforward with our intentions with them. Like, people aren't communicating what it is they're intending with the other person. Instead, we're selling dreams. Instead, we're avoiding the real question on board, like, what is it we're doing? What is your intention with this whole situation? And due to that, this is where we find ourselves in situations where a girl's in love or a boy is in love and the other party isn't in love. Ooh, sorry about that, guys. A girl or boy is in love, and because these things haven't been communicated with intention and stuff like that, you find that two parties are on two different boats. Like, one of them's thinking, okay, we're going to be together till the end, and the other party's thinking, it's not that, it's just a quick 1 2 2. And due to communication, and I feel like loads of men have this issue, they don't communicate their intentions, because we're living in a time where, unfortunately, you know, guys will come in with the intention of just wanting to, you know, have sex or just wanting to be, and instead of telling you, you know, I really feel sexually attracted to you, my intention with you is just to have sex, they come on this whole, I want to get married to you, I want to see your square and have a big baby. Listen to me, yeah? If people can communicate their true intention, we would avoid a lot of issues in the long run, because it's just a waste of time for both parties. Guys, communicate, it's key, you get me? I just feel like, again, with communication, there's two types of different people, and there's the person that will know what they did and they will avoid communicating, like, because they don't want to face up to what they've done. And I feel like, again, this is where things go wrong, because we can avoid all these things by just talking about it. knowing where we stand or knowing how the other person feels or moving forward than to not communicate and have the other person have the other person wondering and just what, because I just feel like if you don't communicate, yeah, like what happens is you're leaving the other person to fill in the other pieces, and it's like at least communicate so you don't leave room for the other person to fill in the other pieces, because we're living in a time again where different people overthink. And why would you leave a person room? I'm one of those people anyways. I don't like to leave the person that I'm with any room to doubt that you know, anything. Like if we have an argument there and then sorted, like anything, because at the end of the day it's long, it's just long. Moving on swiftly, guys, moving on. Now we're moving to the next point. I feel like another point we need to talk about is vulnerability. People are scared because love is vulnerability. I feel like being in love is being vulnerable, and everyone is scared of being vulnerable or showing that they are vulnerable. And it's almost as if it's cool to show that you're not that, like, I don't catch feelings, I'm not that person, like it isn't that, like it is what it is, when really and truly you're hurting yourself. I just feel like these are the reasons why most times your relationship fails, because instead of talking about, like, you know, actually showing your feelings, talking about how you feel, putting it out there how you feel, you're holding yourself back because you're scared of how the other person is going to reciprocate it, if the other person reciprocates it, if they don't. Like, these are the things that are holding us back. I'd rather live a life with no regrets than a life with regrets, because imagine you leave that and you're holding yourself back, and then for the rest of your life you're just going to be like, imagine I actually said to this person, I love you, I care about you, all these type of things. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Third point I want to move on to is personal toxic behavior. I feel like the biggest reason, another big reason that makes relationships fail, a reason that really makes people fail in their relationships, is their own personal toxic behaviors. People like to carry their luggage from previous relationships and bring it into new relationships. And whether it's they don't trust men, actually they've been cheated on, or the girls cheated on them, or, you know, the child wasn't theirs, or stuff like that. Yeah, people like to carry this into new relationships and bring their personal toxic traits into the relationship, and this makes the relationship decline, because you are bringing in things from the past, you are bringing in things that are toxic that you haven't worked within yourself. Like, how do you think you're going to make a relationship work when you can't even work on yourself? This is one of the biggest things I always tell people. Like, you have to make sure you're straight before you get into anything else, because bringing in those personal toxic habits that you think are okay are not okay, because you're now bringing luggage for somebody else to deal with, to try and piece together, to try and understand. And these are one of the biggest reasons why people fall, because I always hear the guys telling me, okay, cool, she said that her previous man has cheated on her, and okay, cool, we've all, like, you know, we're living in a time where being cheated on, unfortunately, it's a thing. Does that make sense? And it's like the guy is trying to piece together how to make her trust him because of another man. And this is what I'm talking about. Before you get into anything, I think it's very impersonal. It's very important for people to heal, to get over their past issues, to get over their past differences. Whether it's your ex did you this, your friends did you this, or just get over whatever it is that happened to you. You know, the friends, because I was watching a video the other day by Mwange, Apollo, I don't know how to say his name, I'll tag it. Basically, he was talking about girls that dictate and allow their friends to dictate their relationship. And this isn't even a girl's thing, it's society. Mandem will not do things because it's not cool with the mandem, like it's not cool, and we all know what I'm talking about. I'm not really going to be explicit on my channel, but same thing with girls. Girls will go to their friends and tell them things, and if their friends are like, no, how could he do that, how could he do that, like allow it, they will leave the guy alone. Does that make sense? So it's a thing that everybody does, and I just feel like that is the one thing that's going to kill your relationship. Allowing friends, allowing family to dictate your relationship will be the first two things that kill, not even kill, finish. It's already, from time you tell them, it's done. Because more time, you need to understand everybody's going to see things from their perspective. Does that make sense? Nobody was in that situation apart from you and him. Does that make sense? Unless that person's been abusive, has been manipulative, controlling, you know, they're doing the most. Yeah, when I say the most, the uttermost. Nobody's gonna see things from your perspective, because at the end of the day, that person, from time you've been with that person, you know how they work. Does that make sense? Now, if you bring in a third party that has never known the person, had a conversation with them, even entertained them, how are they even? Because when you care about somebody, it brings you down to how you're going to deal with a situation. Now, somebody that has no feelings, no understanding of that person, no update, or you know, nothing to do with that person, how do you think they're going to be able to sympathize and understand? Does that make sense? That's why, again, God always says, you know, when you're reporting things, don't even report to your parents, because at the end of the day, you may forgive, but your parents are still going to feel a type of way. Same thing with friends. You may forgive, but your friends will still feel a type of way. Stay away from telling your family and friends about your issues, because that's going to be another reason that will kill your relationship, and they're always talking in your ear. Unfortunately, us humans, we absorb things unsubconsciously. So yeah, transparency. I feel like everybody's trying to live image. Listen, the most, for me, you see me, I don't have time, you know. Like, if I meet somebody and I like you and we're starting to talk and it's getting there, I'm always going to show you. The one thing with me is there's nobody that can ever say she gave me a facade, she painted me deception. And I feel like this is the biggest issue we're having in 2020. People aren't transparent. People like to paint what they think the other person wants to see, when really, from the time the person's been attracted to you, listen, they, like, I'm sure you can show them and they'll still be attracted to you. But people are living a lifestyle, like, things that kill a relationship is where, when you're starting, you're showing this person an image, yeah, whether it's, you know, I'm independent, I've got everything, I've got my shit, you know, we've got this together, everything's making sense, I'm a baller, you know. And then as time goes by, like 6 months in, the person starts to see your money handling is bad, your self-care is bad, you ain't really got, you know, anything going for yourself, you're just there. Transparency. Like, there's no point in painting an image in the beginning that you're not going to keep up with in the next couple of months, or to keep up with forever, because at the end of the day, the person is going to see who you really are, yeah. And if you're not transparent with them, they're going to keep it moving, and you are going to feel hurt, because this is an investment. These are your feelings. You have caught feelings. Does that make sense? If you try to paint an image that doesn't really exist, what makes you so sure, yeah, when you finally show your true colors, that person's not going to bounce? You said what? I'm telling you the truth. Another one that is tearing relationships up in 2020, is destroying relationships, is the fact that we have social media. People think they have options. Listen, let me tell you something here. Social media is a facade. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you. Like, obviously, it's not a facade as in some people keep it straight. I like to keep it 1,000. Like, I'm going to tell you when I'm crying and I'm going to tell you when I'm up. Does that make sense? But people don't like to show the true what's going on. Does that make sense? Now, then we have these men thinking they have so many options. Same thing with girls. We have loads of girls that think there's so many options there. Oh my gosh, there's this guy, he's following me, he has a Rolex, he has, do you get what I'm trying to say? But that's all a facade. Do you get it? And this is what's killing relationships. Guys will be there, the girls saying, fam, I'm gonna leave you, you're not changing. Did it go? I'll buck Angela in the DMs. But Angela in the DMs, baby, she's living, yeah, on a mattress on the floor. And you think you're gonna buck Angela DMs because she's got BBL body, yeah, and she takes two pictures in Fashion Nova? No, you're leaving a girl that you know in and out. She's making peace. You guys are developing each other together. But because you think you have options with girls you don't even know, you don't even know these girls, but you're saying, I'll buck this girl in the DMs. You think you're the only girl? Like, look at all these girls that DM me. Nah. Do you understand the deception? Like, these are the issues we're facing in 2020. But anyways, guys, today I don't really want to talk too much. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I literally wanted to give you guys a quick 1, 2, 2 couple of gems. Don't forget to hit the notification button above to get notifications when I upload, and also subscribe. Listen, guys, let's actually talk about this now, because this is actually important to me, and it's got to be important to that Allawiyah family. Does that make sense? Like the gang. Do you get it? Like, I need y'all to subscribe. Like, I need y'all to subscribe. Like, why are you guys not subscribing? Like, but it was nice to see you guys. It was nice to come back on here and just, you know, talk. But I'll see you guys soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yes, bye.